Pastor Jason Sika here.
I'm Lauren Bales. I help coordinate the School of Discipleship.
In this morning's worship gathering, we introduced the new scripture reading tool that we are calling Indwell. Indwell is an approach to scripture in which we are reading a passage of scripture 3 different times, in 3 different ways, in light of 3 different lenses. What we have in mind with this word indwell is living inside of God's story, being at home in God's story. We talk a lot at City Church about God's story. In fact, our first priority is the storied life. And the way that we define the storied life is that it is a life of meaning in which we embrace the biblical story as our own. So with this tool, we are really trying to help people. It's just another way of helping them embrace the biblical narrative, the biblical story as their own. We value Christian formation or spiritual formation. This is going to become increasingly true for us as a church family as we move into the future. We want to help people grow as disciples of Jesus, and we're confident, we believe, that in order for that to happen, we have to give people very practical and tangible tools, and that's what we have in mind with the Indwell scripture reading tool. Lauren, do you want to talk some about why now? Why are we launching this tool at the beginning of the Advent season?
Sure. So what this season represents for us in the liturgical calendar or the church calendar is really the start of a new year. So as we imagined what this season could mean for us as a church community, we were really looking for ways to equip each other to become deeply rooted in the story of Scripture. So we've talked about this, and now we're offering a tool to really invite you into that process. So the tool has 3 components: the eternal lens, which asks, who is God? The personal lens, which asks, who am I? And the missional lens, which asks, what do I do about it? What do I do in the world? And we think that those offer a lot of flexibility. So the tool is not meant to be a one-size-fits-all prescriptive mechanism. It's really meant to be flexible depending on how you can fit it into your life. So we've also offered, starting today, an Advent reading guide that gives you scriptures from the 1st of December to the 24th. And you may just choose to start with 2 or 3 verses. And that's really okay. We designed it to be able to fit your life in that way. What we are hoping is that you use this in whatever way it suits you, whether it's a few minutes in the morning and then maybe again midday and evening, whether you spread it out over a couple of days, or whether you're able to tackle all 3 lenses in one sitting. We also invite you to try this with your families. We think the questions and the prayers that are included are complex enough to prompt your thinking, but also to invite your kids and your young people to be able to engage in this process with you. So as we do this, this is not something that we want to add to your plate during what is a very busy season. It's certainly not a way we want to make you feel guilty or like you're not doing enough at this time, but we really want this to be a hallmark of our habits as a body of believers. So if you have questions, please reach out to us. If you have feedback or you have stories of success and how this is working for you, let us know so that we can share that with other people.
Our encouragement to you is to start using it. Give it a try. It's so easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of this time of year, but our hope and prayer is that Advent is a time of spiritual renewal for you. And we hope that this Indwell scripture reading guide would help bring that about in your life this Advent season.